Hi friends, welcome to Thursday. All right, let's get ready. Share my screen with you. Okay, so today is Thursday, May 7th, 2020. So today we're going to be writing an introduction for how to writing. So our learning target, I can write an introduction for a how-to writing piece. So this is our first how-to writing piece, and we're going to write our introduction for it. All right, I have a great video for you. Let's watch it.
Writing. Episode 2. Writing an Introduction. We use how-to writing to teach others how to do something. First, I brainstorm things that I know how to do well. Then, I picked a topic that I would like to teach others. I'm going to teach how to grow a plant. Now, I'm ready to start writing. I will start with an introduction. An introduction is the beginning of your writing. It should do 3 things. First, it should hook the reader. Next, you should introduce the topic. And last, list the materials needed. So let's get started. I want to hook the reader to get them interested in my writing. I like to do this with a question. I will write, have you ever seen a beautiful flower and thought, I would like to have a flower like that? Next, I will introduce the topic. I will tell what I'm teaching. Read this book to learn all about how to grow your own plant. And last, I'll list the materials needed. You will need a pot, soil, seeds, a small shovel, and a watering can. Let's see how my introduction sounds. Have you ever seen a beautiful flower and thought, I would like to have a flower like that? Read this book to learn all about how to grow your own plant. You will need a pot, soil, seeds, a small shovel, and a watering can. Perfect. Watch episode 3 to see how I start writing the steps in my how-to.
All right. So, to recap from yesterday, we brainstormed together, or I brainstormed and you watched. I came up with 4 different ideas, just like a girl in a video, and I picked one that I'm going to write about. So remember, I chose how to make tacos. This is the one that I'm going to start writing my how-to story about. So when I write an introduction for how-to writing, I always include 3 different parts. So in the video, she went over them. So hook the reader. So I have to drag in that reader and get them interested about reading my story. I usually ask them a question to hook them. The second part is I introduce the topic, going to tell them what I'm writing about and what they should be expecting to read about when they read my story. And then the third one is I'm going to list the materials they need. So the things that they need to do my topic. So I'm going to switch over to Google document because this is what you're going to be using to plan and write your how-to. So I'm going to show you how to write a good introduction with my topic. So I picked how to make tacos. That's my topic. So just a reminder, nobody else should have that topic. I want you to pick your own topic and write about your own thing. So I'm the only one that should have how to make tacos. And I did that one because I know a lot of you can't make tacos on your own because you can't use the stove. But since I'm a grown-up, I can use the stoves and the knife and all those cool things. So how to make tacos. I'm going to switch over to my Google Doc. So this is what your Google Doc will look like when you go in to do your assignment today. It will be blank just like this, but every day we're going to add a different part so that it will fill up. So right at the top, I write your name. So I'm going to write my name. And then it just says how to, because that is the category that we are writing about. We're writing about how-to stories. So how-to writing. So this is part 2, because yesterday was part 1, which was brainstorming, but we didn't brainstorm on this page. We brainstormed on a Google slide. So you're going to actually need that slide. So you can either pull it up, like I'm going to, over here on my tab. I pulled it up. or you can print it out if you want to, all up to you. But I'm just gonna have it right there so I can look back and remember what I picked. So I picked how to make tacos. So I wanna make sure that I'm writing about how to make tacos. And you wanna stay on topic. You don't wanna pick and do something else. So we're gonna do it just like the video. So I have it broken down into 3 different parts. So hook the reader. My hook the reader sentence will be right here. My introduce the topic sentence will be right here. My materials will be right here. And then at the bottom it says write and put all the pieces together. So then I'm going to take each sentence and I'm going to put them all together to make one big paragraph, because we just don't want to have a bunch of random sentences on each page. I want to make sure I put them all together kind of like a sandwich. I want to smush them and make one big paragraph. So first I'm going to go in here. So in order just to do this, this is the teacher. So if you look, it says teacher. Yours will be blank, but it will be your name. So you can just click and you're going to type right in here, and then you'll submit it right to me and I can see it. So everything will be on this one page. So each day you're not clicking on a different thing. From now on, you're going to be clicking on the same document, which is pretty cool. So I want to hook the reader. So I'm writing about how to make tacos. So I want to try to come up with a question. Remember, when we hook the reader, we want to try to think of a question that's going to get them interested in reading our story. So my question is, do you know how to make tacos? If someone's reading that, they can answer it. So do you know how to make tacos? You can either answer yes or no, I don't know how to make tacos. So that's going to hook my reader. It's going to let them know what they're expecting, and it's asking them a question to get them thinking. So now I want to introduce my topic. I want to tell them what I'm going to write about. So I want to tell them to read this book to learn all about how to make tacos from home. Because I know I can go to a fancy restaurant and I can order tacos, but I want to know, and I want my reader to know, how to make tacos from home, because sometimes making home cooked meals are just the best. So now I want to introduce my materials. I want to tell them what they're going to need to make tacos. So in my case, they're going to have to go to the store and buy these things if they don't have them in their fridge already. So I want to tell them everything that they're going to need in order to make tacos. So I'm going to tell them, this is most important, because I know you guys are going to be reading my story. So some of you might get really hungry and want to make tacos. So you guys are going to need a parent to help you. Help you use the stove and knives. Because I know when I was 6, 7, 8, I could not use the stove on my own. I didn't use a knife because I was afraid of cutting my finger. So I made sure I had a parent with me. So you're gonna need to make sure that you get a parent to help you use the stove and the knives. Okay, so that is just, if I'm writing the story for an adult, I don't need to tell them that, but since you guys are gonna read it, I wanna mention that because I don't want you to try making tacos on your own. You wanna make sure that you can make them with a parent. All right, so now I'm going to tell you what actual ingredients you need. So I'm going to try to keep it very basic because sometimes when I make tacos, I put a lot of things in there. So I'm going to make it super simple so that you guys can follow along. So you will need ground beef because that's my meat. Lettuce. I love to put lettuce on my tacos. You're going to need tomatoes. I know some people are allergic to tomatoes, and that's okay. That definitely did not spell that right. Tomatoes, you're gonna need taco shells. Some people like hard taco shells, some people like soft taco shells, all up to you. Sometimes I like doing hard, sometimes I like doing soft, doesn't matter. So you're gonna need taco shells, and the most important part, I want you to, and don't forget the cheese. Cheese is my favorite on tacos. I love to sprinkle the shredded cheese all over it. So it's like ooey gooey cheesy. Yummy. Okay, so I have each part separately. So I have hook the reader, introduce the topic, and now I wrote my materials, include my materials. So now I want to take all of those pieces and put them together. So I can put them together here. So I can go back and I can type each sentence out. But the cool thing about doing this on a document is I can go back and I can call something copy and paste. So if you don't know how to do this, it's kind of hard for me to show you on my keyboard, but you can ask a parent. I'm going to kind of describe to you. So you highlight this whole entire row. And if you look on your mouse pad on your Chromebook, you have, there's this side and this side. So you want to make sure you click on the bottom of this side. So when I click on the bottom of here, it's going to give me all these options. So I want to copy, and then I'm going to go down here to where it says put it all together, and I'm going to click that bottom right corner again. See? And then I want to paste. See, cool. I copied this sentence and I pasted it right down there. I mean, you can go back and you can type it all out again, but I'm just saving some time. So the same thing with this. I'm going to highlight, and to highlight, I use this finger to hold down, and then I use this finger on the mouse pad to swipe across it. So I'm holding down with my left finger and I'm swiping across with my pointer finger on my right hand to highlight the whole thing. Then when I have it all highlighted, I'm going to press in the bottom corner. Whoops. Sometimes it does that and then you just go back and do it again. I'm going to highlight, press in the bottom corner, copy, and I'm going to go right after the sentence, make sure I do a space, and I'm going to paste it. All right, same thing with this one. I'm going to hold down, highlight it all, tap in that bottom corner, copy, go over here, make sure I do a space, press in that bottom corner, and paste. So if you need help, you can ask your parent if they're at home with you. If not, you can try your best to do it on your own. If you can't do it, then just type it all again. All up to you, whatever works the best. So now I want to make sure, so I have my 3 parts up here separated. So when I look at your paper on the computer, I should see 3 different separated, and then I should see them all put together. So I'm going to go back and reread all my parts smushed together so that they make sense. So, do you know how to make tacos? Read this book to learn all about how to make tacos from home. You will need a parent to help you use the stove and knives. You will need ground beef, lettuce, tomatoes, taco shells, and don't forget the cheese. All right, that sounds like a great introduction to me. So now, after I wrote my introduction, you see it says stop. I have this big black line and it says stop. That's where you're going to stop for today. So you should not go past this point. I should not see any writing where it says part 3 because that's going to be tomorrow. So you should stop right here when you're done. So when you're all done writing your introduction, you're going to submit it to me so I can look at it. All right, boys and girls, let's. Okay, are we excited? Are we ready to write our introduction? So make sure you're writing your introduction for the topic that you picked yesterday. Maybe remember on your graphic organizer, you put the smiley face next to the one that you wanted. So I have everybody's of that one. So I want to make sure that everyone is writing about the topic that they put the smiley face with. Okay. All right, boys and girls, tomorrow we're going to start writing the steps for my taco story. And then you're going to write the steps for your story. I can't wait to see some of your introductions and what you wrote about. Bye, boys and girls.